Hello, it's Liz from West Star Tarot, and today I am making a video about decks for summer. So we are a few weeks past summer solstice, and this time of year gets kind of busy, and I keep meaning to make this video. So now that we're into the second week of July, I'm going to say this is decks I have been using and will use for summer. And of course, it's July 11th today, but we have until September 20 somebody for summer. So I still have plenty of time to dig into these decks. Several of them I've already been using, as I said, and then others I plan to use as the season goes by. So I thought I would talk about the cards that I pulled today. So the tarot deck that I used is the Witch's Wisdom, art by Daniel Barlow, and the concept and author of the guidebook is Phyllis Curott. And these were the cards I drew today. So this is the Seven of Air, the Priestess, and the Ace of Earth. And so I just had to show these cards because I thought they were ever so summery looking. And then I had pulled a card by choice to sort of inspire that reading. And it's this card, Joy. And this is from the Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. So let me just show you a few. I'm not going to show any other cards of the Witch's Wisdom because I have shown that deck a million times and other people have as well. But I did want to show you these cards from the Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. It is so bright and so vibrant and so expansive. The color and the artwork, but also a lot of these keywords to me are very summery. You know, they're bringing perfect ripeness, freedom, blossoming. So these are really summery art and keywords. Radiance. So anyway, I found power. Look at that. I mean, man. So this to me is a really, really summery color palette. And as I said, also the keywords to me are very summery. And the artwork itself is just makes me feel summery. So anyway, that is the Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. I think I showed over half the deck. And I'm sorry, so that is by Jenny Han, and I think Jessica Richetti is the artist. So that is a lovely deck for summer. And this is a deck I just recently got, and you know, my initial impression of it was that it was kind of a spring color palette, but as I've been using it I got it in the beginning of May, and I use it pretty regularly. It's called the Inner Awakening. It's a Carol Herzer deck. You know, I was thinking it was a spring color palette, but as I've been using it, I realize, you know, a little bit spring, but also I can definitely feel summer vibes from the color palette of this deck. And this is just a straight on Rider-Waite-Smith that Carol has colored herself. She has a lot of different decks with a lot of different colorations, from like a sepia kind of black and white one to this vibrant one. And also there's one that I have that's almost like a cosmic nighttime sky feeling. So I do feel really summery vibes from this color palette. And like I said, I originally was thinking that it was kind of a springy summer. Look at that, 8 of Wands, my goodness. So it is, you know, to me, it's just a stunning deck, and, you know, I will use it year round, but I do think it is quite a lovely summer color palette. So that is The Inner Awakening by Carol Herzer. And then this is another large deck, and I love this deck. And again, I use it year round, but I feel like it has, there's a summery feel to it, and maybe its expansiveness and its powerful emotions and passion and so forth. And this is The Next World Tarot by Christy C. Rode. Look at that. Revolution. That is pretty fiery. And not in a sun way, just to be clear. So this is, you know, a deck that is about upsetting the status quo and changing, moving away from a capitalist, patriarchal, white supremacist culture into a more inclusive, peaceful, joyful next world. But first we have to go through the fire to get to that other side. And this is a powerful deck, and I feel like summer is a powerful season, and I don't know, there's just something about this deck that I always bring it out in summer. Again, I do use it year round, but I'm particularly drawn to it during the summer. So there we go, Next World Tarot by Christy C. Rode. Then next up is another Rider-Waite-Smith. It's the Golden Rider, and I have the French edition. I'm not sure about now, but years ago when I first saw this deck, I couldn't get the English version. I could only get the French version, but that's fine by me because I'm a Francophile. But I immediately think of this deck and its color palette for the summer. I feel like it's, you know, you can see the oranges and the bright colors. The skies especially are vibrant, and, you know, it just evokes summer feelings for me, and I feel like it's the perfect Rider-Waite-Smith to use during the summer, along with the Carol Herzer. So this is the Golden Rider, and the artist is Francois. Sorry. Oh dear. I thought it said on the book deck, on the box. Francois Tapiano. So that is the artist who recolorized the deck back in the day when it was okay to do that. And I think the copyright has run out for US Games, so now it's okay for anyone to do that, apparently. So that is the Golden Rider. This deck always comes out in summer and always will. One of my favorite decks, always in my top 10 favorites. This is the Tarot de Sainte Croix by Lisa de Sainte Croix. And I don't know if it's the, you know, terracotta orangey borders that make me feel like it's summer, but I think it's more than that. That is definitely part of it. But I feel like, look at that sky. I feel like this has, as I show a snowy scene here, sunflowers it just makes me feel summery. And I think of it in the summer, and I tend to use this deck much more during the summer months than any other, and this is one of my favorite magicians. Oh my goodness, look at that sky. Look at the colors, oh my gosh. Anyway, this is, as I said, one of my all-time favorites. I love this deck. I also have the new edition without the borders, but I tend to use this one in the summer because I think because of those orangey terracotta borders. So that is Tarot de Sainte Croix by Lisa de Sainte Croix. And I mean, come on, you gotta have this deck in the summer. I mean, it's so evocative of heat, humidity, summer, passion. And I tell you, I live in New England, but right now, if I walked out my door, when I walk out my door, I think it kind of feels like the Delta, the Mississippi Delta. It's 90-something% humidity. I mean, it's really crazy. I love this deck so much. It is one of my all-time favorites. I am so sad that it's out of print, and I wish that it were not, but sad to say. But look at that. Doesn't that look summery? In your garden, fishing, oysters, you know, it's just, I love that they're feeding each other oysters, picnicking, more oysters. It's, of course, that's one of the suits. Barbecue, it's family and friends gathering for outdoor dinner. This is our hermit sitting on the front stoop on a hot summer night. The Sun card, cooking up a nice summer meal. The Passion of the Lovers. The Abundance of the Empress. Here we have these watermelons. Hurricane, we've already had one this season. And so to me, this card is, this is an extra card called the Heat. So, you know, you have to think of this deck when you think of summer. At least I guess I should say I have to think of, or I do think of summer when it comes to that deck. And then next up is the Greenwood Tarot. This is the reprint from Make Playing Cards. And this is kind of, it's a summer palette, but it's very different from the oranges and reds and pinks and those fiery colors of the decks I have been showing. And this has lots of greens and blues, but I do feel like it is evocative of summer. And again, a deck I use year round, but particularly, I mean, look at that. Well, of course it is the Sun card. I don't know. I feel this is like a waterfall, happiness. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like it brings out those summer vibes, the thunder and lightning, which at least here we only have in the warm weather. It's just, I mean, it's a stunning deck. Again, I'm sad that it's out of print, but I do think you can still get this version of it on Make Playing Cards. It was available and then taken down, but I think it's back up again. And this is, of course, art by Cheska Potter and the guidebook by Mark Ryan. And after the mysterious disappearance of Cheska and not being able to reprint this, Mark collaborated with John Matthews and Will Worthington to create the Wildwood Tarot. But this was the original Greenwood. And I just, yeah, I just feel like it has summer vibes. As I said, you know, I do use this deck other times of the year, but it has particularly strong summer vibes for me. This is a tarot deck that I have not used yet. I got it as a Kickstarter. It's the Maria Tarot by Masha Kulinovich, and it is a gorgeous deck. The guidebook, it's Thoth-based, and the guidebook is so informative and so helpful and so chunky. It was, we have the Tree of Life, and then we have this, helps to do it right side up. And then it's got the Deccan wheel. So I love that. And I'm just going to show, it's in order because I have never used it, even though I have had it for several months. But I'm really hoping that the summery color palette will inspire me to break this one out over the next few couple of months. But I think it's gorgeous. The artwork is beautiful, and the vibrancy of the colors just makes me feel, oh, there's two lovers to choose from, makes me, feel like this is a deck that I'm going to be drawn to. And like I said, I've had it, I think I got it in March of this year, and just haven't used it. I'm not a big Thoth person, but I love how Masha's guidebook kind of brings a different vibe to the Thoth deck. So anyway, this is a deck that I hope I will end up using very soon. And I guess when I do my, monthly recaps for July and August, and maybe even September, I will be reporting back. Yes, I did use this deck, I hope. So let's see, I think that is all of the tarot decks. And I just have a couple of oracles I want to share. And of course, it wouldn't be summer without having a plant-based deck. And this, like a couple of the other decks I mentioned, is one of my all-time favorite decks. It's the Soulflower Plant Spirit Oracle deck by Lisa Estabrook. And I pulled out the more summery flowers, summer springish. But these are, at least for me in my garden, these are, I don't know, can you see the bee balm? Yeah, there it is. You can see it right there. So yeah, and the hydrangeas over there are blooming like crazy. We're having a banner year for hydrangea. Zinnia, another one of my favorites. Black-eyed Susan, lavender, stargazers, all these are blooming now. Yarrow, daylily, calendula, nasturtium, yeah. So that is the Soulflower, and I will often pull a card at the beginning of a month and at the beginning of the month, and just have that be my plant ally energy for the month. I will leave it out on my altar. So this is a deck I just got like maybe 2 weeks ago, and I've only pulled from it once or twice. And I don't know, I got this kind of summery feeling from many of the cards. Oh, it is that same cardstock. I didn't say anything about the Greenwood, but it's that, let's see, Crow Tarot, MJ Cullinane uses this cardstock. make playing cards. It is so slippery, it drives me nuts. Look at this art. Isn't it beautiful? And I don't know, it has a really beautiful summer vibe. Did I even say the name of it? It's the Old Ways Magic Oracle by Naomi Cornock, and she is based in the UK. And I have to say, the Green Man. I have to say that I sent for this deck. I'm in the US, and I figured, coming from the UK, I probably wouldn't see it for a month. And I think, honestly, it was like a week. I was shocked when it arrived. I was like, well, wow, how great is that? So this is a lovely deck, and I'm really looking forward to exploring this deck throughout the summer months, and again, probably into the fall. So that is Old Ways Magic Oracle by Naomi Cornock. And then this is a deck that I absolutely adore. The Sacred Medicine Oracle by Asher Frost and art by Steph Littlebird. And, I use this deck a lot. I just love it. It was a deck that completely surprised me because I really thought it was going to be kind of a hug deck, just kind of a mild-mannered deck, and that is far from the truth. This deck, it does have warm and comforting cards, but it has some really powerful, I'm just going to use Asha's term, medicine in it. It's incredible. The guidebook is great. Each card has each card has a title and then a keyword and then like the meaning of the card and a healing affirmation, and then it has a sacred ceremony or ritual that you can do for each card. So it is a wonderful deck. I highly recommend it. It's a Hay House deck. It does have that cardboardy card stock that they insist upon using, but because there's not 78 cards, I think there's 56 cards. It's very easy to shuffle. It's not like some of that Hay House tarot decks that have this cardboardy stock. Anyway, this is one of my all-time favorite decks since I've gotten it a little over a year ago. I use it all the time, but we'll end here on Hummingbird. What could be more summery than that? So that is Sacred Medicine Oracle. And then last deck I want to talk about is another Kickstarter deck that I have not used. And I'm really hoping to use it this summer. So this is a deck for Wonder Walking. And oh my gosh, the quality of this, the artwork, the box itself is just it's just incredible. It came with a big guidebook, a hardbound guidebook, and then it has this book, a pamphlet, and the creator of this, the author and artist, is Amy Wan. Here's the inside. Walk in wonder. And then an invitation to the human experience. I mean, this is just so gorgeous. And I'm just going to, the cards are horizontal, but I do walk year round. It's not like I only go out in nature in the summer, but there's just something, I guess maybe because I have not used this deck yet and I want to, I decided to bring it into my decks to use in summer, because I'm hoping that that will motivate me to, you know, get the guidebook out and pull the card and get the journal going and go on a wonder walk. So you can see how gorgeous this artwork is. And like I said, it's not that it's particularly summery or not summery. It's just that I've had this for a while and I picked it as a deck to use for summer because I look at that, oh my gosh, because I really want to use it. I'll end on that one. So that is a deck for wonder walking. So these are the decks that I have been using and I want to use for summer. And we shall see how that goes. I hope I get to all of them. What decks are you planning to use this summer, or what decks have you already been using? I'd love to have you comment below the decks that you're using. What do you think of my choices? Anyway, happy summer to you all. Peace and love.